There are many definitions of homelessness. It's not always the typical person you see at the entrance or exits to a parkway with a sign, hungry, I'll work for food, God bless.
When you're in a situation where you lose just about everything, they put the dignity and the humanity back in your life by treating you like a human being.
There's a whole population of homeless people working with agencies such as Human Services that are in residential hotels. They don't have permanent housing, and they are actually homeless.
To come to Cafe Joshua, you need to be referred by an agency first of all. So not anybody can walk off the street and come in here. You need to have a goal in your life to be coming here. This is not just for people to come, hang out, eat, and then leave. It's not about that at all.
So what is Joshua all about? Cafe Joshua is not a soup kitchen. It's a restorative program, a reservations-only restaurant which welcomes homeless men, women, and children who are referred by a social service agency and who are committed to rebuilding their lives. Created from an abandoned building in downtown West Palm Beach, the cafe opened its doors in 1995 under the guidance of Executive Director Joe Gamarano and a dedicated board of directors.
Cafe Joshua is different in that it tries to address a niche in the service provider network that's not being addressed now simply because of the sheer numbers. Most agencies are dealing with hundreds and hundreds of people, and so it becomes a very impersonal thing. But with Cafe Joshua, it becomes a very personal thing.
The biggest thing that we see is a change in their attitude and more self-esteem. They're a little bit more confident after they've been here a few times, and you'll see people walk in the door and they it's almost like a place where everybody knows their name, and it's, I don't know, it's a good feeling, I think, for them.
The cafe is staffed by volunteers from the community, including wait staff, food preparers, and table companions who share meals with guests, offering support and encouragement, and building trusting relationships.
There's flowers on the table, there's silverware, ceramic dishes, there's a menu to choose from. We have a gourmet chef, there's Hibalot, and a volunteer wait person and a volunteer table companion who sits and eats with them. Not to proselytize, not to counsel, just to be a friend.
It's very comfortable, very open. If you have a problem, you can grab anybody here and just shoot it out on the table, and they're very willing to help and do anything that they can to put something in your life that would change your problem at that time.
But I wouldn't overlook the fact that it changes volunteers' lives. It changes people who think they have an understanding of the issue of, and I don't accept myself from that. It really puts your feet on the ground in terms of how tenuous our existence is.
It's made a difference to me, and because it showed me that there are people out there that do care, you know, and that everybody goes through a hard time, and not to give up.
Guests of Cafe Joshua are required to pursue their personal goals and to work with their referring social service agency to end their homelessness. Regularly scheduled visits by the Palm Beach County Medmobile bring a doctor and nurse to the cafe, extending health care services to guests.
Each client is known by a volunteer or is known by Joe Gamarano. That's why it's safe to them, because they know they can come here and pretty much get what they need emotionally as well.
While the cafe supplies the physical and emotional support necessary in restoring a life of dignity, to experience the transition from homelessness to a self-supporting lifestyle, guests must focus on helping themselves.
Shelter is one thing and food is another, but they need the tools with which to be able to do that and to end their homelessness. So the cafe offers many, many empowerment services.
Services like a pro bono legal clinic, weekly AA meetings, and an anger management course, plus a jobs program which takes the stigma out of homelessness, with resume and career counseling, job listings, and a personal telephone number with access codes to retrieve messages.
They've helped me with resumes. They've helped me by using the phone and calling around to different jobs. They have a food bank here for families. They are connected with different people for job-wise, and through their connections, I was able to get a job, and I'm working now in the medical field.
When a person has independent living and a steady job, then they will become a contributor to the society and not just a receiver. And that's good for everybody. Everybody wins in that instance.
I always viewed myself as a victim, but now that I really can get the answers that I need, I can go on and become the person that I always wanted to be, which is useful, happy, and whole. And it's all because of Cafe Joshua.
To re-enter mainstream society, homeless people need plenty of support. The same kind of personal services we all need in our daily lives. Free services like haircuts and styling, makeovers, massages, and eye and dental care. Services like these make us all feel more human. Plus, they create self-esteem and dignity, which are essential elements in rebuilding the lives of homeless people.
By having my hair done and makeup, it just gave me so much confidence. It felt like, gee, I can really go out there and conquer. I feel super.
Cafe Joshua is about people, people in a community, and about making caring decisions and taking responsible action in a world often unresponsive to the problems of homeless people. Cafe Joshua takes its model from Cafe 458 in Atlanta. Founded in 1988, the Atlanta Cafe and residential facility has achieved an 85% success rate due to its comprehensive approach. Joe Gamarano explains the future aspirations of Cafe Joshua.
The goals of Cafe Joshua would be, first of all, to expand any personal services and meet any needs that may present themselves at the cafe among our guests. Beyond that, we're looking toward Joshua House, which would be a 6-month minimum residential program for those with addiction problems.
Cafe Joshua relies solely on private donors, people like you, volunteering, giving, helping make our dream of Joshua House a reality, empowering people, and supporting our vision of a good community to live in.